Hello. Today I'm going to talk about the concept of economies of scale. Uh, Before I can discuss economies of scale, I actually have to discuss two concepts which are related to that. One is called variable cost, the other is called fixed cost. Now, I'll discuss this whole thing with an example so that you find it easy to understand. Now, let's assume that I have a bookstore. Say the name of my bookstore is Kamal Books. Okay, and this bookstore actually is situated in a market where I actually rented a place for selling my books, and every month I pay $4,000 as rent to the market owner for the space that I have been provided. Now, in addition to this, I have to pay $200 in utility bills, and to help me with the sales, I have also hired an employee that uh, gets paid $1,800. So in total, uh, I'm having an expenditure of $4,000 for renting the place, $200 for utility, and $1,800 for the employee's monthly salary. So every month I'm incurring a cost of $6,000. Now, this amount that I have to spend every month is called fixed cost. Why? Because no matter how many books I sell, I have to spend this kind of money. Because if I sell 10 books, 100 books, 200 books, the market owner doesn't care. All she or he cares is that I pay $4,000 at the end of the month as rent. Same goes for my employee, and same goes for my utility company. So no matter what I do, I have to spend $6,000 in fixed cost just for operating this business. The other cost that I would like to talk about is called a variable cost. The variable cost is different from the fixed cost because it actually varies with the amount of items that you sell. Say I buy my books from a wholesaler at an average cost of $12, and then I sell them at my store at $15, earning a $3 profit. Now, this $3 is also known as contribution margin. So the formula for contribution margin is actually price minus variable cost. So in my case, my contribution margin is $15 of price minus variable cost of $12, which is equals to $3. Now, if I sell 10 books, my variable cost would become 12 multiplied by 10, that is $120. If I sell 100 books, it will become 12 multiplied by 100, 1200 books, $1,200. So as you can see, with the number of books I'm selling, my variable cost is actually increasing. Uh, that's why this is called variable cost, because it varies with the number of items I'm selling. Now that we have covered both variable cost and fixed cost, let's come back to our main topic of economies of scale. Economies of scale actually deals with the fixed cost portion of my expenditure. As you can see that no matter how many books I sell, my fixed cost is remaining the same. So my objective is to sell as many books as possible so that my per unit fixed cost comes down. For example, if I sell 100 books, considering I have $6,000 in fixed cost every month, so for every book that I'm selling, my fixed cost would be $6. Now remember, my contribution margin was only $3. That means after the variable cost is covered, I was making only $3. So if my fixed cost per book is $6, then I will not actually be making any money, because I have to deduct the $6 from the $3 contribution margin, and I'll end up losing $3 for every book that I sell. So what to do? We have to increase the number of sales in terms of books, because as we increase the number of sales, the per unit fixed cost comes down. So if I can sell 5,000 books per month, my per unit fixed cost will come down to 6,000 divided by 5,000 equals to $1.2 per book. In this case, I will actually be making a profit of $1.8. How? Every book gives me a contribution margin of $3. Then I deduct my fixed cost of $1.2, and I have a nice profit of $1.8 per book. Now remember, I'm selling 5,000 books a month. So in total, I'll be having a profit of $9,000. Let's assume that I have to pay 40% tax on my profit. So 40% of $9,000 would be $3,600. And I'll be left with a nice amount of $5,400 by running my business, which would help me run my family and live a decent life. So economies of scale is nothing but actually an effort to reduce the fixed cost per unit by increasing the number of units sold. It can be in production also. If there is a fixed cost for producing something, if you increase the number of units that you produce, again the fixed cost per unit of production comes down, which actually allows you to make more profit. So I hope that with this example you are quite clear about economies of scale and why it is important for conducting any business. Thank you.